Welcome back to Fear and Beer, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. Join us as we venture year-round into the fog.
Make sure you give us a like and a follow on your podcast platform of choice. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube page where we upload every episode in its video format, and maybe a few other surprises as well.
Make sure you're following us on social media to keep up to date with our newest haunted content.
I'm Nick.
I'm Seamus.
I'm Jamie.
Sizzling hot takes we got coming at you today. This is everyone's kind of most requested episode for when we do this 1 week till HHN Podathon. We are in the midst of it because of when we're recording. I don't know where it's going to land. I don't know what has come next. I don't know what has come before, but we are getting into the HHN34 hot takes. We are going to revisit some of them from last year and see how far off we were. We're also going to go into our wait times over under predictions and possibly just quickly one other little thing after that, but we'll see what we're at for time. But let's get into it. We are in the Podathon, and I have one more beer in my fridge before I need to go shopping. I got Tactical Brewing Company. It is a watermelon sour, gluten-free. This is called Melancholy. It's this weird, like, creepy watermelon slice character on the front. I think he's got flames coming off of him, but this is Tactical Brewing. They're right here in Orlando, and this is a sweet, thirst-quenching nectar, sure to make you jolly. It's actually gluten-free and lactose-free, so let's see if I can even crack it open. And there's no pop on that. No pop on the beverage. Let's see what this thing looks like. Ooh, it looks like a milky lavender. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera or not. I'm trying to get it up there, but
Interesting. I was going to say, without the pop, I figured it'd be kind of like smooth.
it's very pink. It's like watered down Pepto-Bismol.
Ooh.
Interesting. But I do got the blink still going, which
I'm
this
shocked.
is a 2022. This is a 32 HHN Blinky Cup, and it's still
Blinking.
kicking.
Still blinking.
Oh. Okay, I need another sip. This tastes just like watermelon juice.
Huh.
There's really no like buzz around it. It's very static. It's not bad. It's refreshing. It just feels like juice.
I missed it. I'm sorry. What kind of beer was it? Watermelon.
It's a watermelon sour.
Oh, it is a sour. Okay.
It's a sour, but it's really not that sour. I can't imagine. The ABV is only 5%, so that's probably why there's really no kick on it.
Yeah.
But no, it's not bad. It's refreshing, but I did think there would be more sour to it. I thought there was going to be a bite, but I guess sours with watermelons aren't that crazy usually, so. But it is damn refreshing. Alrighty. So, does anybody even remember any of their hot takes from last year?
No.
Because
No.
I didn't remember any of mine.
You're asking me to remember stuff? I can't remember what the hell I had for breakfast.
We did this. I remember last year, I did the same thing. I kind of revisited the previous year's episode and jotted them down. I thought that was a fun way to kind of bring us back up to speed, get us in the mood a little bit, and also allows us not to debate really, but to kind of, we'll see if we willed any of these into existence or if we were way off. So I listed them by people. So we're going to go each person at a time. So not like I'm trying not to bombard everybody all at once and say, hey, these were all your hot takes. But that's the way I listed them, just by people. So Seamus, you're first on the list. So a couple of your hot takes from last year. We can decide if they came true or not. Ghostbusters is going to underwhelm.
Well, that's kind of subjective. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't know. I kind of remember it fondly now, but I think we were all on board at that point of it was a weird pick for an IP.
I'll admit. I mean, I was wrong. I don't think it underwhelmed. I think it was good. I think it did everything that it set out to do well. I don't think that it failed in any way necessarily. And I think what is the bad guy from that movie called? Those
Baraka?
characters, but Baraka. Yeah, I mean, I think they looked
Baraka.
really cool. So, yeah, I can't say that I was right. Maybe for some people it did underwhelm personally. So, like I said, that's why it was kind of a subjective take to begin with. But I think it was more on the lines that I felt like everybody was going to hype it up to the point where it just didn't touch the levels that everybody was talking about it. But I think it did exactly what it set out to. So I was wrong.
Yep.
I'll admit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually wrong, and I usually admit when I'm wrong.
Well, the next one, you're actually pretty right.
Uh-oh.
Insidious is going to be the best IP.
Oh, well, that wasn't a hot take, I guess.
Well, you kind of piggybacked off of one of mine, but we'll get into mine once we go through my list because my list was pretty long. You said Goblin's House will be good. It won't be scary, but it will be fun.
I would argue that
That's
was
pretty
right.
accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty spot on. You did go on to say triplets will not be good.
It wasn't.
This was a whole Jamie and you discussion
Again,
for a
it was
while.
subjective. It's a subjective take, but
But on your opinion, you
of
stand
my
correct.
subjective opinion, yeah, I was spot on.
Here's my favorite take of yours. Museum will be the best original.
Oh, I was wrong. I was off. I'm sorry.
It happens.
Hey,
we're gonna have
to be
plenty off
fair-
again this year
to be
too.
I don't
fair-
even want to hear mine.
On paper, that house should have been one of the better originals, but
Yep. It just goes to show where, execution, like where we are at this point in the season, where we're like, we know as much as we are going to know until we walk in the doors on opening day. Like that's all we see. We have these little blurbs, logo, name, location, and we kind of just take what we know, which isn't a lot, and we see what lines up. You did say Blumhouse will be better than what people say.
The Scare Zone?
Yeah.
I feel like
Which-
Seamus hated the Scare Zone.
Well, I don't know.
Seamus, what were the thoughts? I forget.
I don't think I hated it. I think it definitely didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be. But
Yeah, me.
I don't think we expected it to be so photo oppy. I think we
Yeah.
expected it to be more of like a scare zone with Blumhouse, not like a photo oppy zone.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember my mindset at that point last year either.
I
And then
think
the
I was
last
really.
one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Nick.
The last one that Seamus had said was event attendance will be down this year, which I don't know if we can even confirm or
yeah, I
deny.
don't know if we can actually quantify that take.
Yeah.
So that could
No.
be right or wrong. It definitely on certain nights it felt like it was up. So I probably was wrong. But then again, I feel like weekends tend to feel packed. So I don't know if necessarily you can gauge whether it was or it wasn't compared to the year before.
I would also argue it very well could be down because remember how rainy it was all month long?
Yeah, for September,
Like
really.
we got dumped on all of September, and a lot of those nights were low attended. So
Yeah.
maybe
It was
maybe
nice.
not because of what you thought, because of lineup wise, but weather might have stepped in and confirmed that. But again, we can't really know. So let's get into my hot takes from last year. I said A Quiet Place is going to be the best IP, and that's when Seamus said no, Insidious is. I was wrong. Whoops. Swing and a miss. I also said last year was going to be the final year for multi-night express passes, and Universal's smart for it. Well, I'm already proven wrong again.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I just thought the limiting of the express last year was a little odd, and I thought that was a sign of things to come. And who knows, maybe we're still a couple years away and they do snip it, but that is not a hot take for me this year after I learned my lesson. I said something about the Bride of Frankenstein and Victoria like hooking up at the end of the house or something, and being like a power alliance. Like I thought that's how the Universal Monsters house was going to end. I don't even remember. Where did they end up teaming up? Or
They did.
I can't remember. Yeah, okay. I thought they were going to go the route of like turning it into like a power couple relationship.
Yeah, I think you went like hardcore with it.
I went story.
You're like they're gonna like make out, and we're all gonna be like there for it.
Yeah, maybe. I said Slaughter Cinema 2 will surpass the original.
Well, that's a good discussion to have. Do you think it did?
Yeah.
Because I had never experienced the first one, so I don't have a lot to gauge it. So I think you were the only one that's actually done it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you didn't do it, Jamie?
No, I don't think I did. If I did it that year,
2018?
that was 2018. If I did, I maybe did it only once, and I do not recall. I think when I went 2018, was that the first time we went together? That one night we went together?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And that was
You don't remember that night?
quite the blur of a night, unfortunately.
I remember that night. I remember that you don't remember that night.
Yeah, the nerves got the best of me that night, and Jamie had one too many Angry Orchards at the time when that was my drink of choice. So don't recall if we did Slaughter.
I don't think I can say still if it was or not. I think because the original was so unique in its concept that was part of the magic. 2 might have had more like outrageous and wacky ideas, but because Slaughter Cinema 1 was such a like newer thing for HHN, it gets like a little bit of a bump. But I don't know. I think that's still undecided. I think we have to still wait on and sit on that for a little bit. I did some rant about Major Sweets factory not really being able to open in real life because of OSHA or something. That was a storyline thing as well. That was a off tangent thing. I don't know.
I was gonna say, how are these getting mixed in with the hot takes?
Because that was a hot take. But
Okay.
I said Little Boo needs to go. I guess that was not a gamble.
I mean,
that wasn't me saying it's going to go.
It's more of an opinion than a hot take, but
yeah. But it's a hot opinion, I guess.
Lil Boo said, "I'm back, baby. Sorry about it."
Lil Boo will never die.
More like little bitch.
No.
That little shithead. I said we need less IPs. We need a 7-3 split. And Jamie got all mad.
I did. That's a terrible idea.
I said something about nobody cares how long you've been going to Halloween Horror Nights. That doesn't make you like a super like gatekeeper. Essentially, that was my take on that.
Well, actually, I think it does make you a gatekeeper, and that's the problem. Like,
no, yeah,
don't be a gatekeeper
like,
just because you've been going since '97. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Say. That was my spin on that. Mm-hmm. I said unmasking the horror tour starting before the season is stupid, and I still stand by that.
Yeah, I think we all kind of agree that it's a little silly to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I think I was able to stay away from the pictures last year, but I remember like the news articles were coming out with like Slaughter Cinema 2
there were
and stuff.
There were videos or pictures being shared from the tour. I was like, and they can and when we did our tour, I always forget her name, but our tour guide.
I know, we get her every year.
We get her every year. She confirmed that no, it was photos up. So
yeah,
they definitely were like, yeah, fine, take pictures, no big deal. When I feel like if you're gonna do it, and I've said it before, that it should be photos down the whole time. Yeah. But
correct.
That's just me.
If you want to see it, then that's cool. That's for you and you only. Just because you decide to go the first day doesn't mean everybody else wants to see that stuff.
That's
and then
how I feel. Yeah.
It turns into don't follow me then. It's like, well, I didn't know you were. I already unfollowed certain people because they had said something about like, oh, I'm gonna be doing this and that early and posting. So I was like, all right, well, I don't want to see it before I'm there personally, so I don't.
Props to them for letting you know, because I feel like some
Kendra.
people.
Her name's Kendra.
Oh.
Is it Kendra?
Oh yes, that's our tour guide. Yep,
yes,
Kendra.
She's awesome.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Oh yeah, it's Kendra.
Sorry.
The tour guide. Yeah, no, you're fine.
I would have lost it again. Go ahead, Shane.
No. I'm just saying. I think that like there are some influencers out there that, and I hate using that word. I hate that term, but there are some people on social media that won't tell you. And then they'll just dump a bunch of pictures and go, hey, look what I got to do. And it's like, all right, cool. Now you've ruined it for me. That's fine.
Yeah, that's some of that's the magic of opening night, I think, And then I did say, finally, the Carnival hot dog was not that bad. Get over it.
Maybe that's also subjective.
I didn't have it, so you're going to have
I didn't have it.
You're going to have to, like...
So good. And
I'll have to, like, go based on what your opinion is.
And then Jamie, yours...
God. I probably sound so dweeby. I don't even want to hear.
Oh, stop!
It's like getting my
overall
essay
weren't
read to the
that
class.
bad, honestly.
No, let's
you
hear
did say Insidious will be the scariest house,
which was right.
That's a good one. I think
correct.
That's fair.
Yep. You said
Oh God.
I don't know if you went. I don't know if this played right off of Seamus's take, but you said triplets will be this year's darkest deal.
Nah, I wouldn't say this year's Darkest Deal, but I liked it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go that far.
Well, that's a
I
good
think-
question. So, what do we think was this year's darkest, that year's
Like
darkest
last
deal?
year's
If you could pick one IP that you felt like was like the darkest
Goblins.
Goblins.
deal, yeah, I'd probably
I
say
think that got the
Goblins
most
too.
high. Like that was like kind of
At least for me, because like
unknown.
I obviously had the same gut reaction I did to Dragons when they announced Goblins. We all know that. You and I had long, lengthy discussions about, oh my goodness, we're doing this again. But I think for me, Goblins turned out to be so much better than I expected it to be. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I would classify it for me, my own personal darkest deal would have been Goblins, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. This
And
is
I
how
think what
like,
I meant by that was like, you guys know what I meant by that, like the sleeper hit. kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think,
okay.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Out of
And I think that's
nowhere
what
and-
Goblins
Yeah.
was. It was a sleeper for sure. Because we all knew that Slaughter was going to be good because it was, coming off a really the really good first time. Really, nobody knew what to think of Museum, even though I wanted Museum to be that house. It obviously wasn't, and
I guess you could say Major Sweets.
Sweets.
But like even that, we kind of knew.
I feel
just
like
based off the scare
Sweets.
zone.
Yeah, I feel like Sweets. People kind of knew what they were going into.
Yes.
Whereas Goblins, we didn't know what to expect, and that's kind of what Darkest Deal was. We didn't really know what was going to happen. So
Yeah. You did say Museum will be the lowest wait time and forgettable, and I think that's when Seamus.
you were right.
I think that's when Seamus did his Museum take. You said Torture Fair won't be as extravagant as we expect.
I don't think it
You
was.
think it was?
And I gotta say, I don't think it was. They did have a good amount of scare actors and a lot of different scare actors, which I liked. There was a lot of different people and torture devices on them and things to look at. But it just felt a little stage kind of setup-y, which I know we usually see
Yeah.
in Hollywood, and I feel like that was kind of the theming over here, or over in New York. So, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was like you. I kind of thought they were going to go that much further. I thought they were going to have
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff going
Yeah.
on, and it did feel very like a little sideshow here, stage, call and a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
And then you did think Blumhouse was going to have all new characters, people we haven't seen at the event yet, which you weren't entirely wrong.
No, I think I was.
No.
We've seen the We've seen the
I mean,
grab room. We've seen Megan with the pop-up stuff.
Yeah,
We've seen the
yeah.
Purge people. Who else? I can't even remember.
The construction
What else?
guy
I guess
that I don't
maybe
really
you're
know
right.
was
Maybe-
I
from.
still don't
maybe
remember
they
what
have
that was
been.
from. Still don't
Yeah, the
remember what that was
construction
from.
guy who
He's
I have
probably
no
a
idea where he's
Purge
from.
guy. Didn't we
He's
kind
gotta
of
be
assume
something
he was
from Purge.
Purge?
Yeah. But that was all the hot takes from last year, so not that far off. And we had some swings and misses, but that's the point of these episodes. So, who would like to kick it off this year?
I feel like mine aren't that great this year.
I'll start with one, and this is
Okay.
just to,
Okay.
and this is just to
Because this
get
is what happens. We just kind of get it going.
Yeah.
We roll.
well, just to get Jamie's goat. I think that Terrifier is going to disappoint. Not me, because I'm going into it with that mindset to begin with, but I think for a lot of people that are super hyped about it, I think it's not going to hit as hard as they want. And on top of that, the rumors that this is supposed to be the wet house, it's either going to do one of two things. It's either not going to be anywhere near what people are imagining it to be, or it's going to be so bad that people are going to complain about it. That we're going to get actual complaints because somebody got
got too
spurted with
wet.
water and they threw a punch and they have to stop doing something.
Someone
they have-
threw up.
Well, right. So my point is that something is going to happen that they're either going to have to tone the house down and ruin it for a lot of people, or it's not going to be hardcore enough for people and they're going to be mad that it's not hardcore enough. I think that's going to be one of those two things is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be one of those everybody goes through it the first time and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't see it happening.
Yeah, I did want to put that down, but I just couldn't get my fingers to type it out. I really couldn't. I want to give it the hope. I do.
So I have a hot take for Terrifier
Okay.
as well, and it's kind of the opposite. I put Terrifier will be the best IP house to ever be at Halloween Horror Nights.
Ever.
Wow.
Ever. Yes.
That's a hot take.
I'm basing it off of I'm falling on pretty much the other side of the line that you are, where like the whole wet thing, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna believe them. I'm gonna believe what they're saying right now, and if that executes, and I think the fact that it's in Soundstage 25, which like doesn't get used too often, it gets used for like these giant, long, beefy houses.
Yeah.
I'm anticipating something just wild in there. I don't know what. I think this is going to sort of rewrite IPs just like Insidious sort of did. Well, let's see. I'm curious. Well, next year we get to circle back and see how wrong we were.
Right?
Yeah, I think part of that is probably a fair take. I do think it's a little strong to say that it's going to be the best IP ever done, because
Got to go hot. I'm going.
no,
hot
I
this
know,
year.
I know. It's part of some of this is we definitely have to like
Embellish.
we got to embellish a little bit for the audience, but yeah, that's a hot take, because there's been so many good IPs, even just in the years that I've been going, and then beyond that, things that I've heard. Like, I just feel like it's gonna take a lot for this house to be considered that good. But
Yeah.
you could be
We'll
right.
see.
We'll see.
Future Nick, when you're re-listening to this episode next year. I don't know. Sorry, I was wrong. Or congrats, you were right, buddy. Jamie, you got one?
I do have one. So I said that Five Nights at Freddy's won't live up to the hype and may feel a little empty.
Okay. I also had something similar where I put Five Nights is going to fall flat, too many puppets.
I was just going to say, I was doing some research online, and from what I've been seeing online, people saying and whatnot, that the room replications are going to be spot on from the movie, like the security room, the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and stuff like that, the inside of it, but it's going to be heavy on the puppetry. There is going to be some animatronics, but I'm just worried even with the movie itself too, there's just not many characters, and I know the kids might be utilized, but those were such quick scenes that it wouldn't really make too much sense to put it in a house, because they were only really in the middle of the woods too, and I feel like that would
dream
take up
sequence.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be cool because I love the dream-esque style stuff, but I feel like it would just take up space in a room that could be used for something more detailed. So I'm just worried that it's gonna lack, those scare actors kind of have a lot of empty space.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of
I don't
Tag-
want it to be true.
no, but to tag along with this take, because personally, for me, I think one of my hot takes will be that FNAF will be personally my favorite IP this year.
Okay, Seamus, I like it.
Because I've been so down on it that I think that
Over Fallout? That's what I was gonna
I
say.
know,
That's a hot
I know,
take.
it's
That's
a hot take.
right
I get
there.
it, but I think that there's a chance that if they do the puppets right and it doesn't feel, because the thing is like we're kind of basing this idea that puppets are bad based on A Quiet Place, and I think A Quiet Place had a lot going against it more than just the fact that it was a bunch of puppets. We said in the beginning, it's a hard property to replicate. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much about that movie or those movies that you don't see the monsters half the time. A lot of it's like story and character building and these characters being put in obscene situations that when you finally get images of the monsters, it's so quick and such a payoff that, like, how do you translate that to a house? And we knew that was going to happen. So I think that's where, when you say too puppet heavy, I think I agree with you, because it just wasn't a very well thought out house. There wasn't a lot of energy put into it. I think that obviously scare actors can only do so much when they're A, behind a puppet, and B, you know, if I'm actually in the house as a scare actor, I'm a human character that isn't a bad guy. Like, I'm supposed to scare you in unique ways, and it's hard to do because it's I don't know, it's hard to anticipate. With this, I've seen costumes of the characters that are done so well that I feel like there's a chance that it could be relatively surprising how well they pull them off. As long as it's not like that
Quiet
A
Place.
Quiet Place.
House?
Jesus,
Yep.
yeah, like that Quiet Place house where a lot of it's like puppets in the dark, and then they come out at you. Where it was like there's nothing there, but then like boom, oh, it's the monster. There's not a whole lot to look at. That to me is boring. Whereas this, I think, with you combine the setting and combine the characters and combine the costumes and combine the animatronics or puppets or whatever they end up being, all in one. I think it might turn out to be okay. I think there's a chance that you're right, Nick. I think that it ends up being just nothing but a bunch of puppets, and that ends up being a problem. But I don't know. So I think that there's a small chance that I end up liking this house out of all of the IPs the most, even though I'm down on it as of right now.
Going in. All right. What? So I have one that we won't even be able to circle back next year to check its accuracy. But I said that this year is going to be better than 35.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. So like by the time next year comes around, we won't even have been into 35 yet. So we still won't be able to confirm nor deny. So maybe this is a Hot Takes HHN36 episode recap. But I'm kind of racking my brain right now, trying to think about it. Anniversary year 35. What are we gonna get? I haven't looked at the slate of movies yet. I mean, we can obviously sort of pencil in Stranger Things. I know I'm going to, just because the final season will be out. But I'm just trying to look at these IPs we got this year, and it's like, all right, where do we go to top all this? Like, because we do have this something for everything. Fallout is giant. WWE is giant and different. Five Nights at Freddy's, people have clamored for years. Friday the 13th, classic slasher, been away for a while. Terrifier, something people didn't think would ever happen, and it's finally here. It's a hot new, it's the new kid on the block. How do we top this? I mean,
true.
personally, for me, Jack the Clown doesn't top it. I'm not like the giant Jack fan, so and I enjoy him, but when they roll him out, it's not going to excite me enough to like push me past this level. I don't know.
No, that's a good take.
Yeah, I think I'll call it a warm take for now, because I don't think it's wild at the moment based on what we've seen so far for this year that next year underwhelms. I think that you're probably right. I think that next year it is going to take
some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot to get the same level of hype that you've got for this year. I think that we've talked about it ad nauseum, between the IPs that they've announced and all of the originals, they all sound different. They all sound unique from each other. They all sound like something we haven't had before. Nothing screams like, oh, we're doing this again. I know that Fallout kind of has that post-apocalyptic thing, which we've seen before, so people are worried about that. But I think there's enough in that universe for it to be considered a unique experience. But yeah, it's going to take a ton next year for it to be better, or to be considered better than what we're going to get this year. And this is without even seeing anything this year yet. I mean, everything we've seen is just on paper. So I hope that it's not bad, or hope that it's not underwhelming, but it's going to take quite a bit for this year to be remembered as, man, that looked really good going into it, but turned out to be pretty weak. So yeah, next year's going to have to come out swinging to be anywhere near as good as this year, I think.
Yeah. Jamie, what do you got?
I think that the IPs are going to overshadow the originals this year.
Ooh.
Like, be better than the originals?
I think the originals are going to get a little bit left behind in the dust this year. We got some big IPs. I think Terrifier's already have a long line. Five Nights is going to. Fallout is going to. WWE, I'm kind of on the fence about. Jason, I'm also kind of on the fence about. For the originals, I do think Hatchet and Chains will have a decent line pretty consistently. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah.
It's tricky too, because like WWE is almost, to me, falling in that Universal Monsters category, where it's like they're created characters, but it's going to be a very original feel, I think. So that kind of weirdly falls in that category for me, where it's like, is it IP? Is it original? It's kind of in the middle right there. But yeah, I mean...
And I'm sorry, I said overshadow. I meant outshine. I know that sounded confusing when I said it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I'll co-sign
you
that.
might.
I think
you
I'll
could be
co-sign
there.
that take.
Okay.
I mean, definitely. I mean, if these hit, it could be the best IP lineup in a very long time.
And I'm not saying that because
yeah.
I'm biased to IPs as well. I just think with the lineup that we have,
Well,
this,
you are, but
well, I am, but no, I am with the lineup that we have. This
No,
year,
no,
I think it's pretty plausible.
Yeah, I'll come out and say that like you stole one of my takes. One of my takes was going to be that I think the IPs this year are better than the originals as a whole. I think whether you calculate that based on wait times, based on what people are saying online, based on your own personal opinions, based on whatever it is that you're using to make that determination, I think that most of those determinations will turn out to be that yes, the IPs this year far and away are better than the originals. Not necessarily like house design, house construction. I think that's a little different. I think we can say that like for many years, originals have always been some of the best designed houses they've ever done, just because of the fact that they can do whatever they want. They can really kind of use their brains to make it. Whereas IPs, you're kind of constrained. We knew that, but what goes beyond that sometimes is no matter how constrained you are to a certain property, how well can you bring me into that world? Like Insidious last year, I think they did such an incredible job of bringing me into those movies. And on top of that, scaring me. Like, I mean, if you can combine that with really effective scares, I don't think it matters how good or how well a house is done visually. I think that will always top it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a good discussion point for this year because I think this is the year that it's going to be the closest it's been in a while.
Yeah, I think on paper it's hard to say which will be preferred. I think that truly that usually I think for most years, at least from the ones that I've been going to, you could usually safely say, oh yeah, the IPs seem so cool this year, or the originals sound some really cool ideas because the IPs are kind of weak. I think this year you've got 5 really solid IPs and 5 really interesting sounding originals. So I think it could go either way.
Yeah. I have a mild take. This isn't that hard. I think this is a fairly believable one that it's not taking a true giant stance anywhere, but I said that the immersion in the whole park isn't going to completely come through. I'm not saying that it's not going to feel connected, but it's just the park it's a big park.
Right.
It's tough. Like I know that's their big thing, immersion this year, and like we've started to see on the food booths, like there's vines in the scare zones, but for me, full immersion is like including all the dead zones. I just don't know if that's something that can logistically be pulled off.
Yeah.
You know, you can say it's immersive as much as you want, but an entire park, I can't see Universal being fully immersed.
And it's tough too because back in the day when they were able to do that without the different licensing and different rides and stuff, I mean, this year we're finally getting the Minions area back to have the scare zone in it, but it is, I mean, there's those little nooks and crannies that you wouldn't think would make a big difference, but it kind of does, you know, especially in like Simpsons Land and stuff like that. The Duff Barn area used to be a big stay and scream thing, and now it's just kind of, that's like your chill spot to walk through without anything, which is kind of a little disappointing, but I know there are, like you said, certain logistics to where they can't have stuff in those areas, and it just sucks because that would bring the full immersion for me too. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Who else? Who wants to go next?
I got one. The non-Monsters House year this year is not going to be a blip on the radar. I think this is the start of a trend that you're going to see going forward. I do not think that this is a one-off. You know, just because Epic opened and they don't want to impede on Epic, this, that, and the other. I think that not seeing a Monsters House year after year is going to become is going to become a thing. Mm-hmm. You might get one here or there, but you're not going to get one every season.
Yep, you took one.
That's a good one.
I put people aren't going to miss Monsters as much as they think they will.
Yeah, and that kind of goes along with what I'm saying. I think that people are going to worry about it, fret about it this season, but after this year, they're gonna completely forget that they even wanted one by the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you got to wait a couple years and then make people actually miss it. You know, it's tricky because next year's the anniversary year, Like if we had gone, like say we started the monster trend years back.
Yeah.
If we had gone 32, 33, 34 without a monsters, like if we still had, 5 years of monsters before that, bringing it back at 35 would hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think just taking 1 year off and dropping it back at the anniversary year won't hit as hard. And I think once we see these other originals fill the lineup, we're not gonna miss it as much.
Yeah, I'll even extend it to another take. I think Mike and the team, they don't enjoy doing monsters houses. I don't think that there's necessarily a massive like clamoring for, oh, can I do the monsters house? I think there might be monsters fans on the team that would like to do it. But I don't think it's something necessarily that Mike or others in the higher echelons of Horror Nights like doing year to year. I feel like they they felt like they had to, but now with Epic they don't have to anymore, and they're kind of like, cool, now we can focus on other things.
I could see from a creative standpoint being like, okay, like we've played in that sandbox for a while now. Like I'm excited to try these other like wacky ideas we've had on the back burner. Like maybe they have tried to push the Doll's House for 2 years now, and every year it was kind of like number 11 on the house. It was number 11 on the house list, and Monsters bumped it off, right? Like maybe they wanted to do these other ideas, LRT stuff. Maybe it just didn't come to fruition because it was so close to the cutoff, but we have to do a Monsters house. So I could see that being an aspect of it too.
Yeah, and I think that what was I going to say before my cat decides to wreak friggin' havoc? Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties because of felines. I think that going beyond that too, maybe this is more of like a hot take just for HHN in general. I don't think we're ever going to get a creature house.
Yeah, I don't think so either. As much
I
as
think
I'd
Creature
like
is
to.
never going to get his own house ever.
Me
So
either.
do we? What if this whole wet Terrifier thing is a test for water effects in houses?
Hey,
Well, that'd be pretty
I
great
would like,
then, but-
yes, that. I mean, I hope you're
Yeah.
right. I hope that's true.
Maybe,
But-
but I could see it being a very difficult one.
I mean,
to
how many
include.
years in a row did we get a Monsters house? What, 4, 5?
So we had Monsters.
We don't have to actually count them out, but think about it. We had that many in a row, and not
5, I think.
once, other than like one little teaser
Nook.
Easter egg, did we get Creature in any of them. They
Yeah.
did Invisible Man and Jekyll and Hyde before they did Creature. Think about think about that for 1 second.
Yeah. Well, and they did Van Helsing's daughter.
Yeah, and that's I mean, look,
Before
I was all for
a
no, and I'm
mainstay.
fine with I think doing like the lady, give the ladies a chance. I think that was a good idea. I think that house was better than people gave it credit for. I think it was more to it than was given credit. It was a little weak, but I liked the idea of what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
But how do you not do one of your biggest monsters in the 5 or 6 years that you've been doing monsters houses? You don't do him at all. Like,
Yeah.
there's got to
Either
be
you
some
just
rights.
can't,
There
or-
has
There's
to
got to
be
be something.
there's got to be a rights thing that doesn't let them do it. I just don't know what that is. Because
Which
I
is
don't know.
crazy. Sorry,
Yeah,
James, go ahead.
No. I agree with you. It's crazy. I don't know what it is that stops them. I mean, if it's just a technical thing with the water, you don't need to do water. They've proven that with the second Yeti house. They did a whole water effect that wasn't even water.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Like, you can do a lagoon, like a dark black lagoon, without necessarily having actual physical water effects. I just, I can't
It's
wrap
weird.
my mind around why they haven't done it yet.
Especially
If
with all
they
the
ever- if
creature
they'll do
merch that they sell in the
Yeah,
park.
and they
like,
sell it. They have a
24/7.
ton of creature merch too.
And
It's
it was
wild.
just the anniversary, and it's just I don't see it. I don't see it becoming a thing either.
I don't know if we're
although I
gonna
would
get
like
it.
to.
I really don't. I don't know.
I also think this year, maybe they did already have everything. Well, they usually do already have everything planned out. But I think this year, I think they do. If they were going to do another Monsters house and we didn't get Creature, that people were going to be really upset. I just feel like people want something different. Which last year we did get something different, but didn't really. For some, again,
Scratch that itch,
bias.
yeah.
Didn't really. Yeah.
So let's see. What's my other? This one was kind of going off of a take that Jamie had last year, so we'll see how wrong I am this year. I said Grave of Flesh will be the darkest deal of the year.
Okay.
You know what I said?
I don't think that's wild.
Nobody
I think
knows
that's a. I mean, it's a
dark
hot
horse.
take because I think it's not my favorite of the IP originals. It's one of my. It's actually the one I have ranked the lowest. But yeah, I mean, I could see it happening. I don't agree with it, but I could see it happening.
I had something similar, but I said for the Galkin house. I think that'll be.
That's what I was going to say. I think Galkin will be this year's darkest.
See, for me, I kind of expect a little too much out of Galkin. I think to define it
I can
as
see
like
that. Yeah, I get it.
a dark horse. But again, we really don't know much out of it either. So
Yeah.
they're both kind of in the same camp. Grave of Flesh is definitely the one original that I know the absolute least
Right.
about.
So I'll be devil's advocate to your take, like we usually do, and I'll say that Grave of Flesh will be nothing but a Descendants of Destruction's bastard love child, and with graveyard games, and it won't be nearly as good as people thought it was going to be.
It's going to give you just
It
enough
is
to
going
remember it.
to essentially let me down in the sense that I'm expecting graveyard games too, and it doesn't do anything. It's not nearly as good as graveyard games, and ruins it for me. And I never want graveyard games 2 ever again because of how bad Grave of Flesh ends up being.
You're gonna have buyer's remorse for the graveyard.
Probably.
Yep. All right. So I think that goes back to Jamie then. What else you got?
I put that I think we are going to get some of the best food we've had at the event in the last 5 years.
Well, you guys keep teeing me up for
Oh, did you have?
for stuff because I have something that plays
No,
off of
that's
that
good.
as well.
That's good.
I put food is going to take too many swings this year.
Too many swings.
I think
Okay.
they're getting. I think
It's an
they're
interesting
getting. They're
take.
going to get too cute with like the and this is coming from the one that again likes the Carnival hot dogs and all this and that.
Yeah.
So you think there's going to be too many wild ideas?
I think
Not that they're going to have too many
them,
options, but that they're going to take too many chances on things because
Yes.
people have enjoyed like the Carnival dog and the
Correct.
goopy weird burgers.
Yep.
And they're going to go too far in that direction and not have
Yep.
enough options.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes I want the fish and chips. You know. But
Yeah,
sometimes
no,
want
I can
the-
see that. Like, I think one of my food takes was going to be like, we're not going to get a walking taco this year. That they're going to do away with the walking taco for the season.
Could.
Well, I mean, think about it. The
We've had it 2 years, I think.
I mean,
now.
what was it? The twisted tater wasn't really a thing, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
They got rid of the best flavor, so I'm
Like, didn't they like get rid of like the? I mean, I didn't get rid of the twisted tater, but like the flavor you have to like ask for because they don't actually.
salt and vinegar?
Yeah, so I mean, maybe we don't do a walking taco.
Yeah, I could see it taking a little break, but I do think like because of the popularity, like because what was the one last year? It was like the Korean corn dog, but it was like glittery.
Oh yeah,
I was just gonna say-
it had like the
It was, like,
cornucopia
mint-flavored?
things. Oh, they had
Yeah,
they had
Fritos.
So they had
Oh,
they
yeah,
had two.
and that.
They had the dog with the cheese, which was really good to be honest.
It was
with
like
you.
it was like a cheesecake, like
But it had,
corn
like-
dog.
But then they had the
with
cheesecake
Fritos.
one. Yes, they had the cheesecake one with the same coating, but
And
it
it
was
was
more of a
blue.
mint. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and it
actually
had
enjoyed.
sparkles on it.
I had both of them, and they were both really good.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing is like they're gonna get a little too cute with that. Like,
Yeah, probably. I could see
the
that.
normal options will be hard to find.
You are gonna want to bring Tums this year.
Yes.
Well, I rely on you for that, Jamie, because I
In-
know
in your
you'll
future.
have it.
My first
I
date.
just put my hand. I go up and I open my mouth like I'm getting communion at church.
Nick's whispering to me in the house. You got any Tums?
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, the power of Tums compels you.
Tums for everyone.
No, that's good. We did a little food circle
Yeah.
right there. Alrighty. Let's see what else. Okay, so this one probably will be a little bit of a hot take. I think the Origins of Horror will be the best Plaza of the Stars or whatever zone you want to call it in the last decade,
Decade.
beating out Anarcade.
10 years.
I can't go far back. I can't go that far back, so I really can't give you an opinion. I don't
it's
think
really
that's
just
necessarily a
Anarcade.
hard take to be right, though. I mean, we haven't had
Yeah.
anything in the last few years. Like,
Yeah.
what is it really competing against?
Anarcade,
Right,
is
and
essentially
Anarcade-
the number one competitor.
I mean, there are things you can pick out about Anarcade that was pretty weak. Like, they had all those arcade machines, but there was nothing there.
That was about
Yeah.
it.
It was lasers, smoke machines, and a bunch of cool-looking scare actors, but, like, there wasn't a whole lot to it.
Yeah,
So it's not going to take a lot to beat that.
yeah. But that zone has been down so long. I'm just like,
No,
think
I
this
know,
is
and
the
I
year.
think you're hyping it up like because you really want it to be good, and we want it to like really engross you as you're coming in, better than they've done the past few years. And I agree with you. I think we all hope it does.
Yeah.
But I've got not a whole lot to go against. Like it's like to me, it's like anything in there will be better than what it's been.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, you're not
And
wrong.
no shade to Dr. Oddfellow because,
But it wasn't even there.
but it really wasn't much there. And most of that wasn't even in the Avenue of Stars or whatever.
It was in front of like the Hello Kitty store.
Yeah.
Well, the Wicked thing now.
Which is now the Wicked store, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So what else? Who else got one?
I have one that's going to be a hot take for Nick. This is a within the episode or within the podcast hot take. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Nick, I don't think you're going to be impressed with the Jason house. I think you're going to be disappointed.
Okay. Now I will specifically say I enjoyed all season long just to spite you.
No. We got to do it for the listeners. We got to be honest.
Yeah, I'll do it for the listeners. It's the best house I've ever done.
Yeah. But no,
Well, we'll see.
I am very curious. I was going to say we'll see because I feel like out of the three of us, you're probably the most excited for it.
Yeah, the location scares me. It does. The Fast and the Furious
That
queue
throws me
lineup
off.
seems like it's going to be a small house. I hope it doesn't feel small and short, but I'm putting in my mind that it's going to be a very short house, so that way if it's even a medium or a normal house, it'll feel longer than I anticipated.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to even though I'm very hyped for it, I'm trying to temper those expectations, so that way even if it is like a mid-tier house, I'm still excited about it.
Fair.
But you could be right. I won't let you know if you're right, but you could be right.
But I could
will
be.
know if you're right.
At
Nobody
least I'll
else will
have that
know.
inkling that maybe I possibly am right.
Maybe. Yeah, you could. Yeah, possibly. What else? This one's not really a hot take, but I did want to mention it because we haven't talked about it on anything yet. But the new stay and scream method is going to be the best operational change they've ever made for Halloween Horror Nights. I don't think that's that hot of a take. But
No, because I was going to say the same thing. I think this is going to be a welcome change, and a lot of people are going to be happy with it. I don't think.
Yep.
I think somebody made the best point is that I am now not required to pick a house prior to it opening, and then having to make sure I'm in line early enough, in the pen early enough to get in line for that particular house. I think the idea that I'll be able to just grab my wristband at any one of the locations and then walk to whatever part of the park I want to, grab a drink, hang out somewhere indoors if it decides to storm,
Literally.
and then go to a house. I think just that by itself is going to make this the best decision they've made Horror Nights related, in forever. I don't think there's ever been a better decision, because I don't want to stand in a pen when the inevitable thunderstorm happens and I'm getting drenched because they don't let you out of line.
At
you're stuck in
5:30
there.
on the dot in the afternoon.
Correct. Right. And to be fair, I think just as a safety reason, they had to make this change. They had to, because not this past season, but maybe it was this past year where
Stranger Things, so it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, where we almost got struck by lightning. And the thing is they don't give you a chance to. They didn't give you a chance to get out of line. They didn't open it up and say, "Hey, anybody doesn't want to stand out here in this, they can go." They don't
That's
let
the
you
crappy
do that.
part too. Yeah.
And they didn't let you do that. And that was to be fair, that was a failure on their operations team. That is something you should have done. You should have opened up the gate or whatever, or opened up areas of the thing. Is that if you don't want to stand in line, you don't have to, and then let you out. But nobody ever even came over and said, "Hey, if you don't want to be in line because it's raining, you can go here." They never did that
because they were under the overhangs as well, protecting from the rain. It's like, I'm over here getting fucking zapped by the metal barrier.
And
next
it's not
to me.
even like the water, the rainwater that bothered me. It was the lightning, and people don't understand that. Like in Florida, these thunderstorms, there's a ton of lightning, and it's all it would have taken was one person getting struck by lightning to completely change the game. So this is better. If you want to go wait in line from 5:30 on, you're more than welcome to. But at least now we're not going to feel like we have to be in a particular spot, like right at 5 o'clock, just to make sure we get into something. So I think this will help. And I think also they kind of had to. With the number of houses that they have this year that are going to be bangers, I think they had to open it up so that people could choose where they wanted to go get ready to get in line.
Mm-hmm. And I'm still very curious what they'll do. Like, I always wondered why with the Stay and Scream lines, like they line you in a queue outside of the queue.
Yeah.
Like why can you not just funnel into the actual queue line itself and be like
never
much
understood
closer
that
to the entrance? That part. So maybe that's what happens this year. I don't know how it's going to work, but I think it would make sense if you could just hop into the line itself, the real line, stay out of the streets, and then like the house is still open when they open.
Yeah.
If you want to get into a line at say 4:30 and it's a later open at like 6, like by all means you can. You don't have to, but you can. I hope that's the route they go. I don't know if it will, but it also frees the streets up too when they're trying to do set swaps and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's that. What else? Anybody have any other ones? I think I have 2 quick ones that aren't
I
really.
have one regarding the street experiences. I think this will be the only year we have a so-called street experience.
You think it'll be bundled into scare zones?
I think it's a 1 year try it, and
Trying it out.
And I just feel like they're gonna find that logistically it's just too much, and there's too many, not as many open spaces for people to kind of like mill, or it's gonna create problems with flow. And I think people are gonna complain, and it's gonna end up being something that they're like, we tried it. We're going to do something different next year. We're going to go back to 5 full scare zones or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And maybe that was maybe that's something because of the parade. I don't know. I mean, the parade route being there, it doesn't really. No, because it doesn't go through San Francisco. Maybe it's the entrance or the
right. Because we don't have a San Francisco
scare
scare zone this year, right?
Technically, no.
No, because that's where that street experience is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I could see that. Jamie, did you have any final ones?
I did not, unfortunately.
No? All right. So I have 2 that were basically just from the Halloween Horror Nights Facebook group, so I like to go on there and laugh at people's stupidity. The art got me wet jokes is already not funny. Overplayed.
Yeah.
That's not a hot take. That's just that's just
annoying.
That's annoying.
Maybe if you were the very.
Can I just digress for one second? If a homicidal clown gets you to that point, like, you might need to see a therapist. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with like being if you're a horror chick, that's fine. But like if you're like being physiologically affected by the mere thought of being sawed in half by a clown,
And we're
you
not
might have a
kink shaming
problem.
here.
I'm not kink shaming. That's not. What I am
That's
is
a whole
like,
different level.
It's a little much.
Yeah, that's like the dude in Germany that like wanted to be eaten by a guy. Like,
Yeah.
you've never heard that story? Go look it up.
I was gonna say.
Don't Google that. Don't. Yeah.
I was gonna say we'll get into it after the episode.
But yeah. So like that's weird. Don't say that. That's just strange.
I think those are just lazy jokes, and it's just already.
Yeah, that's
makes
kind
me
of
uncomfortable.
And this goes out, and I put this goes out to the Facebook car groups. No one cares about your shitty quote unquote edgy shirt that you're asking if it's appropriate to wear.
Oh my
or not.
God! Please don't start that this year.
You just want attention.
Oh, I
It's
can't.
all-
I can't. Do you
it's
think they're
always
gonna let me wear this? Oh, you
Yeah,
think maybe
like-
would change if I wear this?
It's just like
Guess
it's just
what?
like-
Nobody gives a shit outside of you and
Yeah.
your friends.
And it says like "fuck you" something on the
Yeah,
front.
Right,
It's like
right.
a skeleton flipping somebody off
Right.
or something like it's like a skeleton. It's like I've got a boner.
Well,
and it's like
wasn't
holding
there a
bone or
Terrifier
something.
shirt that people were getting turned around for because it had like the chick's tits out on it or whatever?
Maybe, but
And they
it's
were like turning
it's-
people away, and they were getting angry about it. Like, it's a movie. Okay, but there's tits on your shirt.
Yeah.
And every time you look at it, there's 2 people. There's 2 people that do this. There's the girls that just want attention, and they wear like they're showing like a picture of them in like a super cut off shirt, and they're like, "Is this appropriate for horror nights?" It's like, if you have to ask a group full of strangers, probably not. Like, I don't know. Like, and then there's a bunch of the other category is like the
edgelords.
the super weirdo like old dudes that are like trying to still get that like edge.
Yeah, they're edgelords. They're like the edgelords that won't grow up because they think
Yes.
that like some 22-year-old Gen Z chick is gonna be like, "Oh, daddy!" Like if they like comment in the fucking Facebook group because they're like
They're
fishing
like-
for
yeah,
children.
Exactly.
Fucking
They're
creeps.
just waiting for somebody to reply, and it's got like 2 comments, and it's
And
just
listen,
like
if you
2
listen
other
to us
dudes
and you're
saying,
that
like,
guy
"Cool,
and I
sure."
offended you, fuck off. Don't listen to us
Just
then.
Stop. But yeah,
Fucking
those
weirdos.
people are ridiculous. But those are all the hot takes for this year. We'll be back next year to see just how wrong or right we were. So quickly before we get off, we are going to do our over or under wait time guesses on these houses.
Oh, let's go.
These don't need to be super long discussions, but I put minute timers for each
Oh my
of
god,
these
this
houses.
cat's gonna knock my camera over again because she sucks. Sorry.
That's okay. Daisy just got scared from the
She's an
NES Jason
asshole.
poster.
Yeah, say hi because that's what you want.
So cute.
She sucks.
You can pawn her off into the cat lady scare zone.
Oh my god, I might have to do that.
Just
Sorry.
release her at Universal.
She'll hang out on the
Well,
front porch.
What I was gonna say is that I think this year is actually kind of interesting to do this exercise because I don't think, like the last couple of seasons we've had that one house that everybody's like, yeah, that's gonna be like a 2-hour wait. I think this year there are a number of houses that could conceivably be the longest wait of the season. So I'm interested to see what you put the numbers at and where we all kind of fall. Because I think like last year we all kind of like were relatively on the same page when it comes to like whether we thought it was going to be higher or lower than what you put. So I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, and this is another one that we really can't. I guess I could look at like thrill data and go back and see what the average wait times are, but
it's hard to quantify. But I mean, we know enough when we go that like like that house always has a super long wait, or this house is always out to the end, or it's never a wait or whatever.
Yeah. So we'll start with Grave of Flesh. I put that at 35 minutes.
Accurate.
Under
35. Okay.
Even.
Where is this
that
one
not
located?
An option? Is that not an option?
No. You can say it. Yeah, you
Even?
can say.
Yeah, you can say it.
Even 35 minutes is what you think it's going to be. Yeah.
That's like literally what I thought it would be at.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think this is where Triplets was. I think it's part of those 2 soundstage entrances to the left of where the Tribute store usually is.
All right, gotcha.
I think that's where this house is.
Yeah, I still think under.
Okay. I mean,
I think this is going to average right around 20 minutes a night.
I guess for these I'll just let you two discuss because I think the number I put is
where you think it's going to be.
Sign of where I think it's going to be. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Like,
Okay.
I think it's going to be 35 as well. I could see it creeping a little over, but I think that's around the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Fallout. I put this at 85 minutes.
Over.
I'm going to say under.
Under. This is in the new tent. So
And
it's
the
in that
reason I
back
say
spot.
under is because I feel like out of all of the IPs, this is the one that is the most, what can we say there? What's the word that I'm thinking of? It's the most divisive of the IPs, I think. I think out of all 5 IPs, this is the one that half the audience is, that's not horror. Why is that there? I like the show, but this doesn't make any sense to have it Horror Nights. I think there's going to be enough of a Fallout crowd that keeps the wait high, right around an hour. But I don't think this is one of those consistently hour and a half waits.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Jamie, you said over?
You said what, 85?
I put 85.
I say 90. Over 90.
Okay, so over.
Probably
over.
like an hour and a
Okay.
half wait.
All right. That would be I'm very curious to see how an IP does back there because obviously last year was the first year that we had those tents and we had Monsters and Goblins, which were kind of, I think, slept on for the first half of the season,
and that's
especially Goblins was.
And that's kind of an interesting area to begin with because like the wait doesn't really start
zigzagging
till you get back. You know what I mean? Like you have to like walk all the way around. And I don't know how it's, maybe they're changing it a little bit this year, but you had to walk all the way from the stage around and then the lines are right there. So I don't know how much that's going to stay the same, if they're going to shift that a little bit, but it is an interesting place for it to be. I mean, I'm surprised that they stuck this one in one of the tents, but I guess we'll have to see what they do with it.
Yep. Five Nights at Freddy's. I put it at 100 minutes. 10 minutes, so an hour and 40.
I'm going to say it's right on the money.
Yeah.
I would have said about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think this is the one. This will be the highest weight
I think 100
consistently.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we
I
should
think this is
specify that when we talk about
Insidious.
these, for anybody that's listening, this is we're basing this on what we think like an average Saturday night would be
Average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, like on a Wednesday or a Sunday, maybe it won't be as
At 1
high.
Gonna be.
a.m.
Right. But like
Yeah.
peak 11 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. These are what the wait times we think will be. But yeah, I would have said 90, 95 for FNAF. I think FNAF will be consistently the highest wait all season long. It's what people are coming for. I think that the inevitable bitching about the teenagers will start because this is what teenagers are coming in for. They're all coming for FNAF because they all play the video game or they all watch the movie. Like, I think that this is where most of that weight is gonna be concentrated, and that one's also a soundstage, right?
Yeah, I forget.
So we probably that will
I'm
be
still
where,
pretty bad with like the entrances.
Well, that will be
yeah.
where you wait in front of the stage, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember which one this one might be. This might be the Jimmy Fallon.
Oh well, it might be Jimmy Fallon too. Yeah, you could be right.
I forget the location.
But what's funny because like that Jimmy Fallon wait is never as long as they have the ropes go all the way down into like where Jimmy Fallon is, and it's never that long of a wait. I think this one could potentially be, if it's there, you could be waiting all the way up to that zigzag behind Jimmy Fallon.
Yep. The Horrors of the Wyatt Six. I put this at 55 minutes.
Under.
I'm gonna say over 60 minutes. At 60 minutes.
Okay.
About an hour.
Right, so right there, kind of all in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if I know WWE is a massive following, but I just don't know if it's gonna be enough for it to be one of those types of IPs where you're just constantly waiting over an hour for. I think this is gonna be like a 45-minute max wait. I really do.
Yeah, I think the word of mouth needs to be positive for it to.
Yeah, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a ton of. Like, I'm not saying that people are dogging it, but I think there's a lot of, like, again, with Fallout, it's one of those, like, this isn't horror. Like, because they don't get it. They don't know what it is.
There's still a lot of that.
There's still a lot of that. And obviously, again, there is a massive wrestling following. I'm not saying that there isn't, but I don't know if that will translate to Horror Nights crowds. I don't think it's the same. I think they're two very different crowds.
Yeah. Is it enough to get a non-HHN fan but a WWE fan in the door?
Because from what I'm thinking is, like, most of the people in my life that I know that are horror fans or that are Horror Nights fans that go to Horror Nights, listeners that I've talked to, most of them either don't watch wrestling, have no idea who Bray Wyatt was, what his story is, or what any of this stuff is. Obviously, I'm not saying that there aren't anybody that is. I mean, there are a number of people that do know exactly what this is, but I think that the number of people that do know versus the people that don't is a lot higher than we think. And so I think that for the most part, the normie crowd is not coming to the event for Wyatt 6.
Yeah. I'm in on that. So, Dolls, Let's Play Dead. I put that at 40 minutes.
I'm gonna say dead on.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right, I nailed that one.
I think this. I think we're all in agreement
It's a good number.
that this original will be. Because again, to be honest with you, this might be the
Darkest Deal.
The sleeper.
the darkest deal. Yeah, this could be the sleeper original this year. Because I think, for one, scary dolls are scary, and everybody agrees on that.
Yeah.
But the idea of you being the size of a doll, I really want to see what they do with that, because that could mean a number of different things. So I think this one will be
how it's executed.
I think this one will be consistently 40, 45 minutes. I could see that. Yeah.
Yep. Terrifier. I put this at 90 minutes.
Under.
Over. My boy's gonna cost you 2 hours of your night.
Oh my God, you might be right too, and that's the crazy thing.
This is gonna be like The Last of Us, 2 hours every night. I'm telling you, people are gonna be curious. People are gonna want to know.
No, I think, and the people, and if they keep
hyping it, man.
if they keep pushing this wet house thing, people are gonna be all up for it, at least initially.
Very intrigued.
This might be the house that like starts at 2 hours in the beginning of the season, and then as word of mouth gets around of it being maybe not as good as everyone thought it was going to be, then it comes down. But you're right. I mean, this could definitely be like The Last of Us, where the line was all the way out to the Coke machine, or wherever the hell it ends up being.
My worst nightmare.
But yeah, I mean that would suck to be honest with you, because I would never do it. Like, that's the thing. Like, obviously,
That'd be my 2 a.m. house.
yeah, and that's just it. Like, I'll have to stick around till 1, 2 in the morning just to do it, because I'm not waiting 2 hours for it. No matter how different it is and how good it ends up being, like, I don't know. I have a hard time waiting 2 hours for anything.
We're gonna be running it 20 times premium Scream Night.
But I'll give you.
probably.
But my opinion is, I do not think it will be that long of a wait. I truly think that, for one, it's not going to be as hardcore as people think it's going to be, and they're going to want it to be more hardcore. And I think after like the first couple of nights, it's going to average up to be about maybe 60, 65 on a good night. So maybe over an hour, probably definitely over an hour. But I can't imagine it's going to be consistently over 2 hours.
I hope you're right.
I have a hard time believing that.
Gulk and Monsters of the North. Because of the location, I put this at 35 minutes.
And this is the one that's like up front, right, where Blood Moon was.
This is in the new tent. So this is where Monsters.
Oh, this is a new tent. So this is like some Monsters and Goblins. I'm gonna say over.
Okay.
Would you say, Nick, 35?
35.
I'm gonna say over, only to 40.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
I don't
in
think
that
it'll
40
be
to 45.
an hour, but
I could see the 40,
45,
range.
50 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Jason Universe. 200 minutes. No. I put it at 70
Wait a
minutes.
minute. What'd you put it at?
70.
70.
I'm gonna go under.
It's a good number. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say over, but slightly.
Yeah.
I think Jason,
75.
like FNAF, I think Jason is bringing in the other side of that token. So FNAF is where all the young people are going. Jason is where all the old heads are going. So you're going to have a ton of normie old heads that are going because Jason's going to be there and he's my favorite slasher and I love those movies. I bet you this is going to be 90 minutes consistently.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think
hour and a half.
Can see it.
On again, like we said before, on a Saturday. Like,
correct.
Obviously
yeah.
not on like a Wednesday, but definitely see this being anywhere from like 80, 85, 90 minutes consistently on a busy night.
Mm-hmm. Hatchet and Chains. I put this at 45 minutes.
Under. Unfortunately.
No Slaughter Cinema rub.
No. I think, honestly, if it's getting any rub from that, it's getting bad rub. I think you're getting a lot of the Jamie for this. And again, this isn't me targeting you, Jamie, but let's just, using you as an example. I think there's a lot more people that are like her that are saying, of all the ones you picked Hatchet and Chains, I think we have a number of people in the audience that are like us, that are like, you know, that like it, that think it's going to be cool. But I think there's a lot more people like Jamie that are like, I don't know, you should have picked this one, or you should have picked that one. And I think that, unfortunately, I think that it's probably going to be right around 25, 30 minutes. I don't think it's going to be a super long wait for this one.
Would you say, Nick, 45?
Yeah.
I don't want to be boring, but I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's good.
All right. And then lastly, we have El Artista.
Ooh.
I put this at 50 minutes.
I'm going to give you right on the money. Just under an hour.
I'm going to say over. I'm not by much. I'm going to say 55 to 60.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is that tricky spot because this is the one that's up front.
This is the one where Blood Moon is.
That changes.
Yeah, that does change it a little bit now.
But
they
I
say
feel
that.
like with the hype
It
from
seemingly just
Spooky,
gets
though,
forgotten.
man. I know.
I'm gonna
that's
say
true.
I'm gonna stick with right on the money, maybe a little bit under, but not
I
enough
take
for
my
me to
answer
like.
back.
I take it back.
I take it back.
I think this is the first house that will actually make use of that wait space.
Yes.
I think that the last couple of years they put a house in there and they never needed the space that they had for the queue because it was never that long of a line. I think this year is the year that you're going to get in there and it's going to be from the door all the way to the other door. Because I think I think with this house, it goes beyond just being like a Dylan house. I think for crazies like us that really dig into the lore of the event and the history of the event and the construction of the event and the creation of the event. To us, we hear Dylan and we're like, oh shit, this house is going to be sick. But a lot of people are like, that doesn't mean anything to me because they don't follow it like that. You know what I mean? Like they're not like, oh, well, Blood Moon was so cool and he's making this house or the pier was Dylan and you know that means this house is going to be great. I think there's a lot of people that are like that, but most people are not like that. So I think what it goes beyond with this one is that there is a cultural aspect to it. the fact that they're playing it up as this is a true Latinx house. This is going to be staffed by Latinx actors. There's a massive, even just local fan base in Florida that come to the event every year that is Latinx. And I think they're finally getting like, this is something that represents us and our culture. And I think because of that, there's going to be a massive draw to it. And just beyond that, I think the idea of the house and the story and everything that's going into it will also compound that. So I think the weights could be, on a busy night, could be pretty high for this. I mean, I don't know if it'll be over an hour consistently, but I could see it being 50, 55, 60, 65 on busy nights, especially considering it's right up front as people are coming in.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, that wraps it up. This was a longer one than I thought, because I was going to do one more little quick thing, but I think we can. I don't think we need to.
We can save it.
Kind of discussed. Yeah, well, we discussed everything we sort of needed to at this point, but obviously we are in the middle of our 1 week till HHN Podathon.
Yeah,
so
what day is this? Because I'm all lost. I've lost track of which day is which.
I couldn't tell you. And I think like last year I had a pretty good idea.
I can't wait to hear your hype list, guys.
Yeah, like I had them all scheduled out, and I was like, I know what's tomorrow. This time, I don't know where these episodes are going. So all I know is this is not our last episode, and I don't think this is our first episode. So we'll be back tomorrow.
Do we want to remind the people of have we even announced the thing we're doing this week? The week that we're recording this?
Not officially.
All right, so we want to wait then. I wasn't sure if we wanted to let people know what to look out for, but
we'll wait just because I think I still need more details myself before I know what is actually happening and when and where and why.
True. Well, that's a teaser then. Everybody keep your ears out, because you might be getting something special.
Or you might already know about it.
You might already know about it, but at this point. Yeah, it's true. That's actually a good point.
But yes, we are firing on all cylinders in the middle of our 1 week.
Now I'm just confusing people.
Yeah, we're all over the place. This is what happens when you record out of order. But yeah, so we are in the middle of the 1 week until HHN Podathon. That is it. We will be back tomorrow with a whole new topic, obviously still surrounding Halloween Horror Nights. But until next time, this is Nick.
This is Seamus.
This is Jamie.
Happy 1 week till HHN Podathon, everyone.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Fear and Beer, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. If you like what you heard, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on whatever streaming platform you are listening to us on. You can find us on all of our socials at Fear and Beer Pod.